Hi there, welcome to the Shoo Rayner Drawing School, and love is in the air. It's nearly Valentine's Day, so I'm going to show you how to draw these love hearts, and let's not talk about it, let's do it. Okay, it's nearly Valentine's Day and love is in the air, so you'll be wanting to send a Valentine's card to the one you truly love. And just as I was planning to do this, actually, Chantal Garcia 5000 and something or other, my YouTube friend, emailed me on YouTube and said, could you draw a heart with an arrow through it? And I've been planning to do that anyway, so this is for you, Chantal Garcia from 5989, what number it is. I'm just doing this to kind of balance this out neatly in the video here. So I'm going to do my kind of heart shapes. And if you're unsure about doing heart shapes, I've done another video showing you how they're kind of constructed, very, very basically. But I'm kind of happy doing this. I'm going to do these kind of at an angle as well, just to give them a bit, just makes them a bit more interesting, really. And this side here, I'm going to do a scroll coming over it. So you want this kind of S shape on its side, like that. And this end probably wants to come up a bit wider there, there, and then it kind of curls around, and this will come here, and that will curl around there too, and that will go there. And you actually want a little bit of an inward curl on that. Then that will go there, and that will go there, and have another little bit there. We'll go there, and that will go there, and have another bit there. And then we can do kind of, oh, I think we need a kind of a more, I think we need a kind of a more italic-y kind of blobby kind of typeface for that, like that. Love. Okay, so that's that one. And Chantal Garcia particularly wanted to know how to get an arrow going through a heart. So first of all, you want to very lightly draw a line right the way through, so you get the whole kind of thing, and that's where it's going to go. And this is the shaft of the arrow here, and I think it would be good to have kind of, and because you've got, you know, the feathers on the end of your arrow, I think it'd be quite good to make them a kind of a heart shape like that. And then that's going to come out at the other end where you've got the, you know, the sharp pointy bit, and again I think that might be quite good to have it in a kind of a heart shape like that. What do you think? I don't know, maybe not. That's kind of the more of the usual shape, isn't it? Kind of like that. So let's have a bit, one of each. Let's do that. How about that? So now to ink it in, what I would do here is to make it look like it's punching into the heart. Do a little curve like that, another little curve there, another little curve there, and then draw the shaft coming out like that. And you want that nice heart shape coming from there, and again from there, and then to get that feathery feel, flick up from the shaft at an angle like that, and on the other side. And that's the nice thing about these Rotring Tikky pens, they do get that kind of nice flicky bit where it's thick at one end and thin at the other. That's one of the reasons I use them, I think, because you get that nice feel to them. And then draw the heart so it comes in round behind. Oh, I've gone a bit wobbly there. And I need to have a table or something that I can turn underneath, because like that. It's just gone a bit wobbly around there, but never mind. It's because I got the paper is sort of stuck to the table I'm drawing on. And then you want it to come like that, and like that, and then you might have a kind of a something like that, just to make it look a bit more interesting. I'm not sure that is more interesting. I kind of wish I hadn't done that now. Have another little bit there, and then you want a bit of shading underneath there where it's coming out. Maybe a bit of shading there where that's going over the top. And that'll do for there. How are we doing? 4 minutes. Right, okay. Now, where shall I start this? I'm going to start here. So you want a slight curve going out there. and bring this down and around up there. Now if you just not quite touch the edge, it kind of gives it a sort of a bit of texture to the whole thing. So if you kind of come around like that, so that's joining there, and then like that, and then that bit will come there behind. So by not actually touching it, gives a bit of kind of depth to the material that you're drawing, as it were. Again, that will come around like that. Good. You might want some shading in there. Might want some shading in there. So similarly, this can come around, and you follow that kind of line behind. You want a bit of shading in there, and that again will do some there. Does that make sense? Good. You can put a little bit of shading in there at that angle, a little bit in there like that, and then I'm going to give it very kind of a blobby kind of lovey kind of type style type base. Just a little bit of a kind of a serif to it. Serifs are these little blobby bits on the end. Like that. Okay, and then behind there, then you can draw the heart. I'll just come a bit more there. Like that. And like that. And like that. I think that looks pretty cool. Now, I know Rotring Tikky pens, they use pigment ink, which dries pretty quickly, so I feel confident to erase all that pencil line now. But always make sure that the ink is dry before you rub out the pencil. Look, it's got no, you see I was a bit too quick, a little bit there. I'm going to colour these in very quickly. And you might have seen the previous one that I did, which went all very, what's the word I'm trying to think, it went very wrinkly. So I'm using slightly thicker paper this time. Now use, go all the way around like that, around the edge, and then come back on yourself and leave a little kind of a fingernail moon of redness there, okay? And then again a little bit up there, and I'm working quite quickly here because I want to I want to try and keep it all wet. So that's my basic kind of red in there, and then I want to get a darker red, so I'm going to, okay, I'm using a darker shade of red, which then kind of dropping into the wet ink on the top, and then that will kind of spread into the wet ink, and give a little bit of kind of 3 dimensions to it like that. Okay, and then I might just put a bit more going down there for that shadow there. And then I think we probably want the pink flights on there like that. And I'm not sure what. I think we'll have a golden thingy-majig. Look, I'm splashing paint all over the place. So again, leave a little bit of white there, and that will come down the middle. So there you go, there's that one, and let's do this one over here. Again, paint round up over the top like that, and then a kind of a semicircular, I call it a fingernail moon. As a friend of mine and I, we talked about writing a book years ago called The Fingernail Moon. It was when my daughter saw a very new moon once. She said, "Oh, it's a fingernail moon." She was very little at the time. And we just really like that idea of a fingernail moon. So I always think of that as being a fingernail moon now. And maybe one day that book will, story, whatever, will get written. I don't know. Again, drop some darker red in. It depends on all the colours that you've got, really, I suppose, doesn't it? I think the first colour I'm using is vermilion, and the second colour I'm using is carmine, which is actually crushed up beetles. Like that. beetles or spiders or something like that. I can't remember. There we go. And I think I might use that for the lettering as well. Just do that quickly. There we go. Love. Like that. And and then I'll just put a bit of blue or something, and just trying to mix up here so I put a little bit of shade in there and a bit of shade there, like that, and that will need a bit of shade there and in there, like that, something like that. There we go. Maybe a bit of shade so it kind of feel like it's standing up on something. But does that do the same thing to that one? Quite. Anyway, there we go. Oh, it's over 10 minutes. Right, well, that's it for now. If you've enjoyed watching this, do come back to the Shoo Rayner drawing channel on YouTube, and shoo-tube.com, which is my own website where you can see these videos in schools and libraries. So look at all this mess. Yeah, while I clean that up, you keep coming back to the Shoo Rayner drawing channel, and keep drawing, keep practicing, and I'll see you next time. And don't forget to subscribe.